that it would have been a resounding success. Thank you.
Thank you. We will take some questions now.
Yeah, certainly, that's fine. Should we start on this side? 1 and then 2. We'll come back to this side.
Well, you've been watching live visuals there for a media briefing by Cape Town Mayor Patricia de Lille. She's just announced that the 14th World Summit of Nobel Peace Laureates has now been suspended, putting to rest speculation there. Also addressing the media was former South African President and Nobel Peace Prize laureate himself, former President Mr. F.W. de Klerk, expressing great disappointment at that suspension. The suspension, of course, follows the decision of Nobel laureates to boycott the summit following the Dalai Lama's visa request being denied by the South African government. Well, it's time now to take a short break. We'll be right back on the PM News Desk.
Have we seen the last of you in politics?
I don't know. No, I'm just okay now with the work that I'm doing. Let me just do one thing at a time. So I don't have any plans for politics.
Watch Question Time with me, Mpho Tsedu, Monday to 5:30 p.m. on the SABC News Channel.
The application of the Dalai Lama for a visa. Thank you.
Your camera makes a big noise if it's on the table like that.
I've just got two questions. The one is on the cost that we've incurred today. That 255,000, I'm sure you expect it to go up. Is that the final amount, or is it going to be revised at a later date? And also, I just want to find out one more thing about the suspension of the summit. You're saying it will continue, but in association with the city of Cape Town. How exactly will the city play a part if it's being hosted in another country? Can you just explain that one?
Okay, the first question. To date, we spent 225,000 rand. We are negotiating with suppliers. We will be reporting back to council like we normally do about the full amount that it finally costed the city. So we will make that available once we've got all the final amounts in. The second one about the suspension, what it does mean is that Cape Town will still co-host the summit wherever it's going to take place in the world. So between myself as the mayor of Cape Town and the mayor of that host city, we will co-host the event in an alternative venue, which still needs to be determined. No, we don't have a date now.
I just want to know, the young people coming here, like 150 students, will you have an alternative plan to host something for them, or they're just not coming anymore? What is the alternative plans for people still coming here?
It is hoped that that they have had time years notice to cancel their trips, to save that money that they've saved to come here to go to the new venue when and if it's decided. To the best of my knowledge, no program is planned
That's not true.
for those.
Sorry, can I answer?
So I haven't been informed about anything.
In fact, people are working at the moment to set up an alternative program for about 150 international students who will be coming to Cape Town during the period when the summit would have been held. They had already paid their airfares and they couldn't get a refund. So the idea is to try to put together a program for them which will be addressed by the foundations of the Nobel laureates here in South Africa, and to give them at least some idea of our own peace process.
Things change by the minute, as you can hear.
Yes.
Madam Mayor, from the Cape August. Just to clarify, is that the only sort of fringe event that will still continue related to the summit?
Well, as you can see, things keep on changing on a daily basis, but we will keep you informed as and when, we've got further news.
Okay.
Yes.
Just another follow-up question, two questions actually. Just in terms of the appetite that Lester was referring to, given that there was this sort of negative response from national government, wasn't there a risk associated with planning the summit here? Was there no feeling that we should perhaps not have it here, given, at any point did you think that maybe it's too risky, there's going to be a cost factor, and we might end up with egg on our face later on?
No, I think you should ask that question to our useless government. Not as to why we would have now incurred unnecessary costs. It is because of them and because of their despicable behavior by not granting the Dalai Lama a visa that we are where we are today. I mean, we are demanding as the city of Cape Town to be treated like any other city in our country. And the people of Cape Town demand to be treated the same. It should not be as to why Cape Town should now have foreseen this. I think you need to put the question to them.
I just want to reiterate, in addition to that also, beyond even the refusal, there was still the expectation, a valid expectation, that nonetheless the Nobel laureates would come and that the event would go ahead.
Yes.
And it was a group within the Nobel Peace Laureate total group which decided not to come any longer and which started the dominoes falling.
And the other question that you do need to ask national government is why they've not responded to a letter written to them on the 15th of September, why they've not responded to letters written by our own. We're the only country in the world with 4 Nobel Peace Laureates, 2 of them still alive, also wrote to national government. They didn't even acknowledge receipt, neither did they care to even respond to those. So they have got a lot to answer.
Now, unhappiness about what has transpired has been expressed. Is that all that is going to happen, or can and will actually be taken in any which way or form?
Action like?
Claiming damages.
Against government.
Well, today we are announcing the suspension of the summit. Summit will yeah.
Can you just explain to us how the city will stand to benefit from that co-host? I assume you yourself will be there.
Well, it's not a matter of benefit, it's a matter of principle. And the principle is that Cape Town is being selected to host the summit, because of our useless government's denial of a visa to His Holiness the Dalai Lama. We're not able to host it in Cape Town, so we'll host it in an alternative venue. So Cape Town will still be represented at the venue, at the other host city, together with that host mayor.
I can add to that the theme. Even if it takes place in Rome or wherever, the theme of the conference will be exactly what the theme would have been here.
Okay.
I'd just like to reply to this question. My name is Ashley Woods. I'm here representing one of the Nobel Laureates organizations, the International Peace Bureau. I'm also curator and organizer of Making Peace, which is would have hopefully opened on the 16th of October. This is a large outdoor photographic exhibition that was presented at the Nobel Museum in Stockholm last year. And I sincerely hope that we can continue to present that exhibition either in Cape Town or certainly at the next venue. But I'm still planning on going ahead with the City of Cape Town to present that along Government Avenue for 3.5 months. So at least the general public, and especially young people in schools who'll be able to use the educational syllabus that comes with that, can understand a little bit more about the importance of the Nobel laureates and their work, and the importance of ordinary people to get involved. Thank you.
Yes, sir?
Hi, good afternoon. I'm Yasir Kamalvin. I'm here representing the Weekend Artists you spoke of. The question I have is, the assumption that's being made is that the South African government is not giving, or has not given the visa to the Dalai Lama because it's bowing down to Chinese economic, like whatever's going on there. So should we, as a government, should citizens not be saying to the government that we should be more cautious and put human rights first and not economics? Is there perhaps a response to that question?
You want to respond to it, It's not an assumption, it's a fact.
Can I just again reiterate what I said? I think not giving a vision to a spiritual, religious leader militates against the values contained and encapsulated in our Constitution. One of those principles, a cornerstone of the Constitution and the Bill of Rights, is religious freedom. Many thousands of people who share the Dalai Lama's faith, and he's the head of their religious movement, were looking forward to him coming. They've now denied a meeting with their religious leader. Another fact which has been brought to the government's attention is that the Dalai Lama some time ago resigned from his sort of political position and reiterated himself that he is now solely a religious and spiritual leader.
Also, the Dalai Lama has just issued a statement himself saying that accused the South African government of bullying him, a simple person, after authorities failed to give him a visa to attend the summit. So it's not assumption, it's a fact. Any further questions? Sorry, Percival.
Can we ask questions? Do you want us to do one-on-ones with you, ma'am?
In Afrikaans, can they do a one-on-one with you?
Yeah.
I have one more question. Just you mentioned that how this affects our global stature. One would assume that something like this causes in a far worse light than the Dalai Lama coming here or not coming here, and Nobel laureates staging a picket. This seems a major egg on the face of Cape Town and South Africa. If we just expand on that and how you feel about that, both Madam Mayor and
Can you go?
Well, I travel a lot. I speak around the world regularly. From the questions I get, I can tell all of you that South Africa's image have taken some serious dents. This will add to those dents. This will hasten the process of South Africa losing the respect that it gained during the past 20 years.
Yes. And we must also remember the history of this. This is now the third time in 5 years that they are refusing the Dalai Lama a visa. But if you look at the judgment of the Supreme Court of Appeal regarding a previous matter regarding the Dalai Lama, you will see that the court found that they were wrong to refuse him a visa. So this all happened in a context where there was already a legal challenge. But it shows you that our constitution that has emerged after 1994, a Bill of Rights, that the drafters, that the constitution itself, that has become more democratic than the drafters of the constitution. That is the sad part. People who have suffered under the same kind of human rights abuses are now doing exactly the same. And how far and how long must we still continue to sit and watch while our country is being sold to the highest bidder called China? That is the sad part of this. We've got a very good constitution that the very same government is not respecting.
That's it.
Thank you. Do you want to do Afrikaans? He said, you must do Afrikaans too. I will do Afrikaans.
I don't think it's necessary.
Huh?
Jy het my nie nodig. Vir wie? Maar vir wat? Vir SABC?
Yeah, but now let's first finish this.
Finish.
Because I've said most things here now, so why do they want all of let him do it finish because he wants to. Yes, yes.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. That was a wonderful speech you just had. It was very good.
So I see you on Monday, Dave. Yeah. I do the fundraising thing for the institutions, all these copy machines that we're getting tomorrow. Hello? Yeah.
So our colleagues from here listening to be thought we can do it together.
And must we sit here?
Just sit down and then we can do it together. Thanks very much.
Good, that will be nice. Not to do two separate.
Exactly, so we can just do it one time and you can just put this mic in the middle.
They say we need to sit again.
Over Afrikaans.
And E-News and SABC will do it together, so we didn't do it twice, which is very, very accommodating of them.
Yeah.
Just move this slightly to the center. That should be fine.
But surely you want, will this now be a Q&A a bit?
Okay, are there any questions specifically you want? Okay.
In Afrikaans possible?
Yeah.
Because it's a waste of time to try and repeat the whole long statement in Afrikaans. Dankie.
Sorry guys.
Miskien moet ons die speaker aanbring.
Ja, begin maar.
Dit is kort van die Kaapse kant af. Wat presies wat het vandag plaasgevind en hoekom het julle tot hierdie gevolgtrekking gekom?
Het die stad Kaapstad in oorleg met die komitee in Rome besluit om die Nobelpryswennersberaad te skuif na 'n ander stad, waar die stad Kaapstad dan saam met daardie stad die Nobelpryswenners beraad sal aanbied.
Ek het gesê dat die Suid-Afrikaanse regering heeltemal vir hierdie probleem op die oomblik. Dit is eintlik hulle skuld met hulle nie die Dalai Lama 'n visum wou gee nie.
Ja. Die sê dat
Ja, die skop is gedruk van hulle kan nie hoor die klank hoor voor die mic.
Yes, but I connected there.
Ja, as ons net van voor kan begin en ook hoekom jy sê wat is die grootste rede vir die feit dat die vergadering nie meer in Kaapstad kan voortgaan nie?
Die stad Kaapstad in oorleg en samesprekings met die organisasie in Rome het besluit om die Nobel Vredes beraad te skuif van die stad Kaapstad na 'n ander stad toe. Die rede vir dit is dat die Suid-Afrikaanse regering het geweier om weer eens die Dalai Lama 'n visum toe te staan. En in protes daarteen het ons almal besluit dit sal die beste wees om die beraad te skuif na 'n ander stad toe.
Ons het ook gehoor dat die regering vertrampel menslike regte. Ek weet ek gebruik nie die verkeerde woorde, but you say that it's an affront to human rights in South Africa, net in Afrikaans as jy wil, minister.
Die gedrag van die regering is niks anders as skandalig. Dit is 'n skande, dit is 'n klad op ons naam internasionaal in die diplomatieke wêreld wat hulle nou weer eens gedoen het. So dit is 'n groot skande vir ons land.
As jy nie dalk ons kan sê wat beteken dit vir Kaapstad soos die geld wat sou ingekom het na die stad en na die land toe?
Wel, ons het uitgesien daarna eerstens nie net na die geld nie, maar ook vir die vredesgesprekke met ons jong leiers en jong studente van reg oor die wêreld. Maar op 'n ekonomiese impak sou ons toerisme hierna toe lok, ons sou baie meer mense kry om die beraad, baie mense kry om die beraad by te woon. So gewoon gebeur, dan is daar 'n goeie werkskepingsprogram ook wat
groot geleentheid nou nie meer hier sal plaasvind. Dit sou vir Suid-Afrika baie beteken om so 'n groot getal Nobel Vredespryswenners, ook al die organisasies wat dit gewen het, hier by mekaar te bring om hier oor vrede te praat. Maar meer as dit, die tema sou wees en sal wees, al is dit nou elders, om hulle te bring aan Nelson Mandela. Die tema sou wees om die lesse wat ons geleer het toe ons 'n katastrofe afgewend het aan die begin van die 90er jare tot 1996. Die lesse wat ons geleer het te deel, nie net onder mekaar as Nobel Vredespryswenners, maar met die jeug, met die wêreldmedia, en om fees te vier na 20 jaar van volle demokrasie in Suid-Afrika.
Jy het toch gesê, die begrippe wat vir die situasie, of die standpunt wat die Nobelpryswenners ingeneem het, maar het nie noodwendig saamgestem met die feit dat hulle besluit het om uit te trek uit die hele proses nie.
Ek stem steeds nie saam dat dit die beste optrede was om tot boikot oor te gaan en te sê ons kom nie meer Suid-Afrika toe nie. Ek dink hulle gesamentlike teenwoordigheid hier, waar hulle hier sterk standpunt inneem teen die weiering, sou groter effek gehad het as wat die boikot nou het.
Wat sê die feit dat Suid-Afrika, die Suid-Afrikaanse regering nie 'n visum aan die Dalai Lama gee nie? Wat sê dit oor Suid-Afrika en sy grond?
Na my mening is die besluit om nie 'n visum aan hom toe te ken nie. Hy is geestelike leier. Hy het uitgetree as 'n politieke leier van Tibet. Dis formeel aangekondig. En ons grondwet sê daar is vryheid van geloof. Daar's duisende aanhangers van sy religieuse oortuiging, waarvan hy die leier is, hier in Suid-Afrika. Hulle word die geleentheid ontneem. Die waardes van ons grondwet, na my mening, vereis dat in billikheid en regverdigheid 'n visum aan hom toegestaan moes gewees het.
Ek het my laaste vraag, miskien vir u met 'n luk self. Is nou julle partye eer op ons gesigte. Wat is die pad vorentoe nou? Gaan ons nou uit mekaar uitskei en dis dit doen? Is 'n verleentheid in Suid-Afrika?
Wel, dis 'n groot verleentheid vir ons land. Dit is baie hartseer, soos meneer de Klerk nou sê. Maar ons moet voortstorm. Dit is 'n les vir Suid-Afrikaners. Ons oë moet oopgaan. Ons moet hierdie demokrasie van ons beskerm. As ons nie gaan saam staan dit doen nie, gaan ons sien in die toekoms nog erger besluite gaan gemaak word namens ons in Suid-Afrika.
Ek het nog net een laaste vraag. Meneer de Klerk, ek gesê dat Suid-Afrika het al in die geskiedenis 'n baie skade aan hulle naam gekry, dat hierdie ook nog een daar is. Kan u nie daai deel van ons in Afrikaans erns?
In die laaste klompie jare, veral van 2008 af, ervaar ek waar ek toesprake hou rondom die wêreld, verskeie lande, in vraatyd, dat die vraagstellers spreek hulle bekommernis uit oor wat in Suid-Afrika aan die gang is. Ons beeld is geskaad, veral oor die laaste 5 jaar. Hierdie gebeurtenis nou, die weiering van die visum, die kansellasie hiervan, na my mening gaan verder daartoe bydra, dat Suid-Afrika gesien word, nie meer as 'n voorbeeld om na te streef nie, maar as 'n voorbeeld van hoe iets wat goed begin het, kan skeefloop.
Baie dankie. Wat kan die kant ek gaan? President.
Dankie. Tot ziens allemaal.